Hello everyone, this is Chandrasekhar Nandigama. I have taken sustainability as a default choice 3 years ago due to one question asked by my son who was studying PP1 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, one day he asked me a question while we were traveling in our car. He saw a car emitting a black smoke. And he asked me, Nana or father, why is that person polluting environment? Why is that car emitting thick smoke? I didn't have any question for him. I didn't have any answer for him. These days, PP1, PP2 kids are studying about pollution, studying about that we should not pollute our environment. But what are we doing as an adult? So that's question, that interaction with my son had changed my thought process completely. I thought, what should I do to protect the climate? What should I do for the sustainability of the society? So I have thought multiple questions about this. I have read about a lot of topics, and I have learned a lot of ways how we are polluting our environment. So one of the top ways that we are destroying our environment is through landfills. Yes, that's right. Landfills. Landfills in every cities, they are growing with every type of waste that we are generating individually, collectively, by corporates, by businesses, by everyone. Everything, most of this waste that we generate, it ends up in landfills. Do we really know what is happening to our waste? No one has any idea about this also. So that is where my topic has come from. Landfills to fulfill. Right, yes, that's right. Landfill to fulfill. So instead of my waste ending up in landfill, what can I do to fulfill my responsibility so that this waste that I generate doesn't end up in the landfill, but maybe processing this waste scientifically? What actions do I need to fulfill so that I can protect climate and also the future generations? What changes do our society need to fulfill now to protect climate, to protect future generations, by reducing or mitigating emissions or eliminate the emissions, carbon emissions completely? So that is where we need to ask questions, each one of us individually and collectively as a society. What can I do to fulfill my actions, my responsibilities, my accountabilities, so that I don't pollute the environment? So when we ask each one of us this question, there are so many things that we can do. One example, every single day in every household, we cook food. So we generate a lot of organic waste or wet waste, like your vegetable waste, vegetable peels, your leftover food, and spoiled food, right? Your processed food that is leftover or spoiled. All this is wet or organic waste. We dump them in our trash cans at our home. We dump everything in one bin, though we have got 2 bins or 3 bins for dry waste and wet waste and for e-waste, but still we don't segregate. That is one of the top problems that we face. Why can't we segregate at least first the wet waste and dry waste? So when we do segregate this wet waste, we can process the wet waste scientifically, and that will enable us to do it when we segregate this at each individual households. Not only households, even if it's in a business, or it's in a corporate, or you're in some commercial places, if we can segregate this wet waste that will solve majority of our problems, and we can process this waste scientifically, right? So this is a message I want to drive today. One message: can we start segregating the wet waste and dry waste at each one of our households, right? So that is one step I'm requesting every one of us to do. Next, what can we do with this wet waste? How can we process this wet waste scientifically? The wet waste is available at every household every day, at restaurants, at hotels, at commercial kitchens, and also with food processing industries, caterers, anywhere where there is food being prepared, the wet waste is generated there. So this wet waste we can collect scientifically, process the wet waste scientifically through biomethanation projects. So what is biomethanation? Biomethanation is a technology, the anaerobic digestion technology. So this works similarly like a digestive system in human body. So we eat food, organic food, or our stomach digests this food, right? And then generates energy. In a similar way, the wet or organic waste, it goes into a digester, which is a big chemical reactor. This digester through anaerobic digestion technology, biogas is generated. This biogas is first cleaned and then it is compressed. This compressed gas is called as CBG, compressed biogas. So your waste, your wet or organic waste, can be transformed through innovative chemical technology like anaerobic digestion technology, and we can produce a fuel, a green fuel, which is called as compressed biogas, CBG. So compressed biogas or CBG is a green fuel, it's a renewable fuel, it's a clean fuel, and it's a sustainable fuel. Means since we are generating it from waste, and since waste is renewable waste, so you can produce this biofuel, which is the compressed biogas, by renewing your waste into this biofuel. So this is perfect sustainable solution that we have in our society. We need to tap this. We need to change, adapt our processes so that this organic waste can be collected efficiently and effectively, transported, aggregated, and transported to biomethanation plants all over India. How can we use the CBG? By the way, everything should work economically, right? CBG, compressed biogas, is a replacement for your CNG, compressed natural gas. So it can be used as a transport fuel to run your vehicles like buses, autos, your cars, trucks, right? All this vehicle without modification in their existing vehicles, this CBG can be used for transportation purposes. Not only for transportation purpose, the CBG can also be used for cooking purposes as a piped gas, and also power also can be generated through CBG. Not only this, even industries like fertilizer industry, steel industry, cement industry, aluminium industry, chemical industries, where they use coal or other fossil fuel sources, can be easily switched to compressed biogas for their operations. This is a perfect solution, a sustainable solution, which is the bioenergy or biofuel is indigenously generated from the waste that we produce every single day. By doing this, we can reduce our foreign exchange losses, because right now we are importing 80% of our energy needs. So we can reduce the foreign exchange losses, and it also improves our energy security also for us as a country. And not only this, a lot of green jobs can also be created within our country when we shift into this innovative biofuel platform, which is like compressed biogas. So not only this organic waste or or wet waste, we in India we also generate a lot of biomass waste. Every cities or every households, they cut plants, they cut leaves, they prune leaves, they sometimes they cut branches because if they are growing up, they need to cut branches, right? So this particular biomass waste is currently wasted. It ends up in the streets, roads, and we are not able to process this. The same biomass feedstock can also be transformed into a compressed biogas using the same anaerobic digestion technology. Not only the biomass, but also the agri waste that we have in our country. Our farmers, when they grow like rice or like paddy or wheat, we generate a lot of agri residues. Our farmers, they don't know what to do with this, so they just burn in their fields itself, and this is called as stubble burning. Every year in October, November, this is the time frame. If you see, capital Delhi, New Delhi region, a thick smog is blanketed everywhere. We can't even see the 100 meter, 200 meters distance. So this is coming from stubble burning in Punjab, Haryana, and in close by cities. We can stop this. This stubble, which is a waste right now to farmers and it's a liable to farmers, this can be collected efficiently and effectively, aggregated and transported to biomethanation plants, and we can generate compressed biogas, a biofuel, a green energy, a clean and sustainable energy that can be used for transportation purposes and also reduce carbon emissions by 80%. So, friends, today I request each one of us to take a pledge. First, let's start segregating the wet waste and dry waste at any instances at our household or at commercial areas or business areas. Let's do that, please. And let's spread this awareness that wet waste or organic waste or biomass waste or agri-mass waste can be transformed with innovative technology like anaerobic digestion technology into compressed biogas. Let's bring this awareness in our society that what is compressed biogas, how it can be useful to your society, what are the applications of this compressed biogas. Okay, let's start bringing this awareness to revolutionize our society from waste, which is a burden now, into a wealth which we can transform our society, transform our country into a bioenergy country which helps climate, which helps into jobs, which helps in reducing carbon emissions, and thereby also solving the waste problem. So each one of us, let's drive this point and raise this awareness in your fellow friends, family members, colleagues, so that we can become a big player in this biomethane market or compressed biogas market in the world. And this is a true solution that indigenously available to us, so that our Atmanirbhar Bharat slogan is perfectly fulfilled. Again, fulfill, landfill to fulfill. This Atmanirbhar Bharat is fulfilled with this biomethanation plants, if we establish biomethanation plants all over India. So, thank you very much. This is Chandrasekhar, Nandigama.